Today I'm gonna show you how to do a brake line tuck on a 90 Civic. It's all basically the same, 90s all the way up to the 2000s. First and foremost, you're gonna need you a master cylinder. Now, you don't have to delete the brake booster on yours, on your application, but I went with the Wheelwood brake booster delete. Before you install, if you have a brake booster delete, you're just gonna have to remove this boot right here, get it off. You're gonna need your plate. After you install the plate on your master cylinder, you're gonna turn back around, push this rubber piece back on. Now, as you see, they got two holes right here, one up here, one right there. They got two in the back. Line it up, put your hardware on there, and you're just gonna tighten it down. Once you tighten the master cylinder down to the plate, you're gonna wanna install it into the firewall. Now, this is a two-man job. You're gonna need somebody to hold a wrench on this side while you tighten it up on the inside. Once the master cylinder is installed, you wanna move to the wheel well. Now, once you get into the wheel well, there's gonna be a flat surface right here. This is where you wanna drill a hole so you can start inserting your fittings for your brake lines. So the reason why I'm drilling into the wheel well is because I'm hiding all my lines behind the firewall. On the passenger side, where I was able to put my fitting, it comes straight in. But on the driver's side, if you look over here, where I made my hole, I'm not gonna be able to put my fitting in there. I'm gonna have to cut this area out with an angle grinder, so this will be flush. I'll be able to run my fitting through here so I can run my lines straight across. Now, once you get your hole drilled through the wheel well, you're gonna need to insert your fitting through the hole from the inside of the chassis. Now, this is a two-man job or one man. My wife is gonna help me out, and she's gonna tighten this nut onto this. Here, I'm gonna give you that. All right. All right, babe, can you put the nut on there? Shout out to the wife for helping me out. All right, go ahead and tighten it. This is what the finished product is gonna look like. You're gonna have to do this on the passenger side as well. Once you get this knocked out, then you're gonna wanna move to the rear lines. These two right here are the lines to the rear brakes. When you order the lines, when you order the brake line kit, I'll put in the description, it comes with a wire cutter. Now, I'm gonna use this to cut the plastic back so I could put my F fittings on from Shave Bay. I'll put all this in the description on to the lines. For this wire cutter, you wanna open it up. Once you put it around the wire, you're gonna go around it one time, tighten it, go around it again, tighten it, go around it again, and tighten it. So I ended up pushing the rubber even further back because I want to have more wiggle room to play with. Now, when it comes to this piece right here, you're going to need an F fittings. I got mine from Shave Bay. I'll have it in the description. First thing you want to do is take off the fittings from the F fitting because you cannot connect the wire with this off. You need to do this first. First, you want to put the piece that screws on here like that. Then part that connects to the wire on next. Once you get those on, then you're gonna need your flaring tool. Now, this is a flaring tool. You're gonna put your line into the size required. Mine is a 3/16. I'm gonna put it in there, I'm gonna tighten it up. There's two sides of this. Now, they got the part where it flares and then they got the part that's flat. You don't wanna do the flat side, you wanna do the part where it look like a cone. Once you have it installed, make sure this is tight. You want the end of the line flush with the flaring tool. After that, you need to open up the brake line hole. That's where this piece comes in. Now this is, as you can see, it's 3/16. You wanna open up the hole. You're gonna put this right here inside the hole. And then you wanna use this like that. And you're gonna basically turn it in to open up the hole for the brake line. But since this is at an angle, I'm gonna have to improvise because it's kind of tight. As you see, it's a tight fitting. So I got me a 3/16 drill bit. that I'm gonna open this hole up some with. Now to confirm that the hole is open enough, I'm gonna test and see if this can go in. If it can't go in, I'm gonna keep going. Perfect fit, it slides right in. Now the only reason why I'm opening up these holes is because when I use this to cut it, it closes some. Now I'm trying to open it back up so I can begin to flare it open with this. To a comparison, this is what it looks like before it's flared, this is what it looks like after it's flared. This will go forward over this, like that. And then this will tighten onto the fitting and seal it off. Now it's not going anywhere. That's why it's crucial to put these on first. All right, both of them are flared, ready to go. Now it's time for me to go ahead and install the F fitting. This is why it's crucial for these to be flush with each other. Now, when it comes to these fittings, don't over tighten them, but make sure they're snug. The F fitting is good and ready to go. As you see, I kind of scratched it right here. I'm gonna put some paint over this because I do not want this line of rust. Once you get your F fitting complete, now you want to run this inside the chassis. Now, I'm gonna hide my next fitting right here. This is where the steering column is. I'm gonna put it right beside it and drill right here. Now, I know a lot of people gonna say you should cover this up with tape before you cut through it. But if you put tape over this and then you cut through it, if your paint is fresh and you pull the tape off, all of this will come off with it. I already got a couple scratches, but is that scratches? What the fuck is that? Oh shit, that's a brake. I know y'all see how the paint is coming off right here is because the brake fluid was jumping and catching the paint. I tried wiping it off, but that didn't work. Now I got the driver's side fitting in there. Passenger side fitting is good. I got the rear brake lines, they're good. This is good. Now I need a line for the master cylinder. I'm gonna drill right here because if I put my finger behind this right here, there's a double layer of sheet metal and I don't wanna run into anything. I want that one layer, which is right here, is where I'm gonna put my next fitting. All right, we're making progress. So now I got the fitting for the master cylinder to go into the firewall. I got the fittings for the brake lines to go into the firewall. I know the paint's messed up there, but you can't see it from up here. It's at the bottom. We got one for the driver's side and one for the passenger side. Now, the only thing we have left to do out here is run a line to here, here, and then from here to here. Now in front of me, I got some copper coated brake line wire, and I'm gonna use this to create my own lines to move the brake fluid into the chassis. How I wanna run my wire, I wanna go out like this, in, over, and back in. You push your wire in like this, get it seated however far you want it. Me, I'm gonna go ahead and do mine right there because that's how I want it. All I gotta do is clamp it and bend it. Now I got it how I want it, but I got a little extra on the end. Why? So I don't forget to put on my fittings. And with it like this, I can still bend it to get it perfect on how I want it. Just gotta flare the lines and the master cylinder line will be ready to go. The master cylinder is complete. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to the bottom brakes and I'm gonna do the same thing for that. Now once it comes to the outside of the chassis, the brake lines are complete. Now for the master cylinder, I got the brake line going inside the chassis, ready to go to the proportioning valve. I got the 2 rear brakes right here, ready to go. It needs to be mated on the inside of the chassis. Also, with the brake lines that are in the wheel well, everything is on the inside. Everything on the outside is complete, ready to go. Now we gotta move to the inside. This fitting right here is for the master cylinder. This is for the rear brake. That's for the passenger side. And right there is for the driver's side. Now we're on the inside of the chassis. This right here is called a proportioning valve, where I can adjust how much brake fluid is going to the front of the brakes and to the rear. Now I have a 3-way 3AN fitting on the end-way part, simply because I'm gonna have the master cylinder go to this part right here to put fluid into the proportioning valve. And then this way, I'm gonna go to both driver side. I'm gonna go to both driver side front brake and passenger side front brake. The only way I could do that is if I had another 3-way 3AN fitting, which is this right here. So how this is gonna work is the master cylinder is gonna feed it. This is gonna go to this right here, connects to this left, right, and the front. And then since I have the single port for the back, I'm gonna have that one connect to the out part. And that's how I'm gonna feed all the brakes. Now, I'm about to show you how to install the proportional valve. So now I got my 2-way proportional valve installed. This is the master cylinder fitting right here at the top. I'm gonna have that one connect to the top right here, and then this one's gonna go to both passenger and driver side fittings. I'm gonna do that last. First thing I'm gonna worry about is getting the rear brakes connected to the rear, and then I'm gonna work my way through. I got the back brakes connected, ready to go, solid. As you can see, fluid all the way. Gas pedal is not touching the wire at all. Plus, when I put the carpet back, it's gonna have a little extra room. All right, so now I got the master cylinder connected. I got the rear brakes connected. Last thing I have to do is the front 2 brakes. All right, and this is what the finished product looked like. Yes, I know it looked kind of messy, but everything lines up perfectly. Like you can see the clutch pedals right here, that's the passenger brake line. If I push this all the way down, it barely misses it, which is perfect. Down here, I press the brakes, it's not hitting the line. If I hit the gas all the way to the floor, it's not hitting nothing. Here's what it looks like with the carpet down. And the final step to this project is the braided brake lines to replace this old one right here. I'm gonna put a fitting that came with these brake lines in. I think it's like this. Hold on. Like that. Tighten it down. Bam. Now these lines ain't going nowhere, and it's officially ready for the brakes. I'm done with the brake line tuck. It's that easy, really. If you're curious on all the pieces that I got for this brake line tuck, I'll put it in the description. If this helped you out, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.